let's move forward, brothers and sisters, with the next lesson. And in this video, it's all about resilience and how you become undefeatable and that you don't care about anymore what happens, or that things in general don't stress you or don't affect you. Is a very powerful skill. And I often receive the question from people also outside why I'm always so calm and focused and never lose control, and I never go crazy or something and really lose control. And when you see people who are who are very silent in crazy situations, in crisis, where regular people lose their mind, get depressed, angry, or whatever, there's always a reason for this. So resilient people, it's not like genetics, and he can endure every storm, and this person is breaking when the cat is dying. This has nothing to do with genetics. Again, as always, it is the mind. It is how we respond and how we see life. So you have the control. If you go crazy and you lose control about everything, or if you stay silent and calm, like a Shaolin monk, like in a meditation state. And that's what this video is all about. So a deep video, also a spiritual video. And I want to make it to under 20 minutes, but I know a lot of people are suffering and have a lot of depression, anxiety, anxious, and really can't handle that. And simple things in life, when it's happening to them, they lose completely control and suffer tremendously. First of all, I want to say I had no nice childhood or anything. I had a lot of shit in my life. My father died. I have a not easy sister, I would say, not easy mother. So they have a lot of problems. And it was hell. All was hell. My childhood was hell. School was hell. Really, I don't exaggerate. It was always hell. But I always found a reason to withstand that, to overcome that. I was never depressed, and I never had, of course I cried, but I never was in a situation where I thought, I have no control anymore. And negative emotions I've always converted into training, bodybuilding. It's of course a big reason why I look how I look. I always converted anger to power, physical power, strength training, and it was always my therapy for all these crises. And when shit happened, was always natural bodybuilding. But for these deep topics, when my family members died or girlfriend left me, was also a very painful experience. The first girlfriend, I guess, is for everybody a painful experience. You have to understand, again, that we have two forces. I illuminated that already, feminine and masculine. And we also have a lower self and a higher self. And the lower self is responsible for all these things I gave you at the beginning, all these tools, you can improve yourself. In this life, you have the entire control and what you can change on yourself. But the higher self is exactly as same important as the lower self. This is your true version, your spiritual version, your soul, you can say, what is always reincarnating and coming back to the planet. This lower self, Stefan Gerbl, is only here once. This identity is only here once in this life. However, this DNA, this genetics in this material room. But my higher self is coming back. It's not living only once. It's reincarnating. And this higher self is responsible for our spiritual journey. It's responsible for your karmic biography. What is way more important, all these things are way more important than the lower self is responsible for. So it's your true destiny. It's your true version. Everybody has that because we get guided from the universe. Everything what is happening to us is happening for our growth, to improve. And things we can control, yeah? Fitness, bodybuilding, business, relationships, partially, but most things to really have a good, fulfilled, successful life, we have to work on ourselves, we have to improve, we have to adapt, become better, and achieve growth. But, of course, we cannot control everything in this life, right? Whether when people are dying, when our beloved ones are leaving us, everybody of us is going again. And breakups or when people pass away is the major reason why people are not resilient. Because deaths, when people break up, when they have an accident, people we have zero control, people just happening. We have to accept it because we cannot change it. You have to understand that your higher self always wants the best for your spiritual growth. Everything is already directed. So you have to let go, you have to get guided and be in the flow when these things are happening. And believe it or not, but I did this pretty early. And for example, when my father died, my sister, by the way, is the complete opposite of mine. When my father died, I realized it as now he's synced with his higher self. His journey is going on. I was a person who cried and my father is gone, I have left something, me, you know it. It's a pure materialistic view. And I always had that, I don't know why. It has to be like this. It has to happen like this. This is real life. And I know most of the people out there don't have this within them, inside of them, because they have such a materialistic view. We don't belong to anybody. We all are individuals and we have to enjoy the time in this current life with our beloved ones. But we also know that all of us have to go again, so we have to let them go. So you have to sync with your higher self and your lower self. It's always in interaction with each other because you have no control about everything here in this life. So you have to work on yourself, but you also have to work on your higher version. What is way more important and way more sustainable for the current, for the next lives. Yeah, easy. If you think you only live once and then you die and nothing is happening, you will never be fulfilled. Believe, it makes no sense. It makes no sense to say we only live once, that's it. And when you have such a view, you're a pure materialist and you will never be fulfilled. And you will also never be grateful, thankful. You cannot challenge things what happening. You will not grow and you just will have a sucking life when you don't give access to reincarnation, to spirituality, to faith, and that there is a higher force. If you deny a higher force, you will not build up your dream life. And with this interaction of yin and yang, of masculine and feminine, of lower self and higher self, you have the ability to accept everything what is happening in your life with fullest gratitude, with fullest thankfulness, and you are thankful for everything what is happening to you. This is true resilience. Resilience is not about, like in the gym, that we have to work out, get stronger, and really hustle, work on ourselves, tough, performing. It is about letting go, accepting, letting go of rejection, leaving the victim role, getting into the creator role, and be in silence. It has to be. It is crucial for my spiritual journey and for the spiritual journey of the entire universe. If you don't do this, you will always have depression, anxiety. You will feel frustrated when you don't acquire that view. And I guess most of you, because my followers are pretty holistic already, have a high consciousness level, you know that we have to work on our spiritual development as well, like on our other life pillars. No life pillar is better than the other, but we have to work on all of them. And spirituality is a very beneficial one. Maybe the most important one for the next lessons, for the next life periods. So another practice or exercise I want to give you, what I also do a lot with my clients who have depression or cannot let go of the past because they think they have lost something. Go back to a situation in your life where you think you have experienced a really big traumata, the biggest traumata in your life. Go to this state. And now you sync with your higher self and say, this was crucial for the growth of the entire universe, for my personal growth and for the future of the planet. And when you realize it, that it has not to be like this, that was just an illusion from your lower self, and you accepted that your higher self is right and it always knows best for you, this traumata will be solved and it's not existent anymore, because you have seen the purpose in this situation, in this scenario. It has to be like this. It's destiny to learn that lesson from life. Life will always teach us something. And we have the opportunity or the decision to take the lesson, learn from it, come into the flow, or what most people are doing, rejecting, going into the victim role and getting depressed, getting anxiety, and always hold on. They are pure materialists. They're just holding on and identifying them with this scenario. A pure materialist is always holding on. It's mine, it belongs to me, it's my identity, and of course leads to disease, psychological problems, traumata, etc. So a traumata is always a supercompensation of what your lower self wants and what your higher self knows what's best for you. And that's how a traumata is created in our system. So due to the fact that I have experienced a lot of negative situations in my life, and of course these are also traumata, but I was able to fix them, to solve them, because I'm syncing with my higher self and I see the purpose of everything. And that's why life is pretty easy for me and why I'm so fulfilled, because I have understood those teachings from the universe, from life, and I'm flowing. And of course in the gym or in business sometimes we have to do also hard things, but when you have control about it, you have to do hard things. Working hard and working smart is both crucial. As always, guys, always when you see a person who says this or this, run away. It's always both. It's always harmony of both. And like how I explain it, because this is real life. Yeah, we have an ego, we have a spirit. We have feminine energy, we have masculine energy. We have a lower self, we have a higher self. Not one or the other. We always have both. And always both are interacting with each other. Yeah, like liquid. Like yin and yang. It's not this or this and there's a gap between. Yeah? It's always in harmony, in symbiosis. I'm already talking 18 minutes. So guys, if you have a traumata and if you are not resilient, prospect your entire past. Go into a very hard moment in your life where you think it was a hard situation, a tragedy, and see it that it was crucial for your spiritual growth, for your growth of your higher self, to build it up. Exactly like the life builder lessons. You have to build up your lower self for the things you want in life, but you also have to work on your higher self to understand the lessons the universe is teaching you to have a good reincarnation and move forward in the next life with all this experience and spiritual teachings you can take with. So it is important to understand that life always wants the best for you. And this is resilience, and how I successfully healed, or my clients healed their depression, anxiety, their bad emotions with this teaching, with this lesson. Of course, it's just a small snapshot. They receive 80-90% more, but I give you valuable and really practical tips you can use to work on yourself, and it really helps. So guys, have the symbiosis with your lower self and your higher self, and you can withstand every storm in your life.